When the phrase pro-anorexia is heard by most people, they most likely would not understand what it means. Pro-anorexia is a shortened phrase used to describe pro-anorexia. Pro-anorexia would be described as a resource used to help a person develop professional skills relating to the disease of anorexia. Stephanie Tierney, author of Creating Communities in Cyberspace, Pro-Anorexia Websites and Social Capital, explains that anorexia nervosa is characterized as an eating disorder, a term that encompasses a range of complaints united by a concern with shape, weight, and food consumption. A former patient described it as a crippling, antisocial disease that cuts you off from all other things in your life and everyone you know and love. Those with the condition tend to abstain from all forms of enjoyment and relaxation, becoming increasingly withdrawn as the disorder takes hold. This self-imposed segregation may impel individuals towards the internet for some form of social contact with others in a similar position. The widespread popularity of the internet is making pro-anorexia websites very popular and easily accessible to people all over the world. You may wonder why this information is relevant to you, because many of you will never be facing the illness of anorexia. But the simple fact is that you may interact with people throughout your life that have this illness, or even have children or family members that are facing these hardships. It is important for you to know the facts and what to look for in these sites. To better understand the reasons for the sites, we must first understand what they are on a more complex level. Pro-anorexia sites all differ in some way, but the information tends to be very similar on most sites. According to Anna M. Bardeen-Kuhn, author of the article Investigating the Impact of Pro-Anorexia, a pilot study, a pro-anorexia website may have a disclaimer for those who are entering the site. These sites may also include Anna Creeds and Thing Commandments, which describe rules and obligations for those using the site, pictures of extremely thin people or extremely obese people used to motivate, tips and tricks on dieting or hiding the fact that you have an illness from loved ones, quotations, forums, links to other sites, and much more. Bardeen-Kuhn also uses a quote that is very popular among these websites: "Nothing tastes as good as thin feels." Clearly, the members of these websites will go to any length to be the size they feel is perfect. Names of these sites vary, but Bardeen-Kuhn states that these websites have created a controversial yet flourishing community of individuals who advocate anorexia and other eating disorders as a lifestyle rather than a psychological disorder. With names like Anna's Underground Grotto and Anna by Choice, these websites communicate that they are pro-anorexia websites rather than websites helping with their recovery. And they are seen as safe haven for those used to connect with similar others away from the judgmental eyes of other people. Why are some people choosing to be anorexic? Well, this is another question that is often asked by people who do not have an eating disorder. The answer may be a reason that you may not think. In the article, The Dangers and Draw of Online Communication by Stephanie Tierney, she explains, as the following statement from a male with this eating disorder highlights, it can be viewed by patients as glamorous, something I wanted. I had something few others had. I was special. I had an illness. The anorexia gave me an identity and made me an individual. This quote is very genuine from a person with anorexia, and it is clear that he, like many others, are happy to be anorexic and happy to be using pro-ana sites to feel like a part of a group. The person may withdraw from all others and rely on those sites to feel important, like a member of a group and special. Many times, someone with an eating disorder is having difficulties in other parts of their life. They may not be able to control the other parts of their life, but they can control the anorexia. Now that we've reviewed the facts on anorexia and pro-anorexia websites, let us continue on why these sites exist. Because most people have not heard of these sites, how popular can they actually be? Well, according to Bardeen-Kuhn, approximately 400 websites are a conservative estimate for them. The number is hard to know for sure because of many reasons. These reasons may include the ability to actually find the website, some disappear and then change their name, and we don't know the actual definition of a pro-anorexia website many times. Girls and young women are often the most frequent users of these pro-anorexia websites, although it is hard to know the exact demographics of these that are using them. Because many people with anorexia feel like they are alone, they often do not trust their friends, peers, and family when it comes to this illness. This idea of those with anorexia not trusting others may be better explained by Tierney. Those with anorexia are sometimes suspicious about external offers of help, fearing that the only reason for this concern is to make them fat. In contrast, a sense of trust may be generated on pro-anorexia websites when someone bonds with individuals whom he or she regards as like-minded and non-judgmental. The fact of these sites making the users anonymous is also intriguing to the users. They could be themselves, ask questions that may seem disturbed, and be open about their thoughts about being anorexic. Pro-anorexia sites are also obviously offered to the public 24 hours a day, which makes them even more exciting and helpful to their users. Because of the nature of these sites and the mindset of those that are using them, some people say something needs to be done about them. Based on the nature of pro-anorexia sites, many people have asked for the permanent removal. Because of the growth of these sites, the simplest idea is that we should just ban them. But is it actually that easy? Ardeen Kuhn explains that in 2001, the National Association of Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders put pressure on popularly wide used servers like Yahoo to shut down pro-anorexia websites using their server. However, many of these websites simply resurfaced under different names or used private servers, ensuring that these were operated and accessible to people all over the world. According to Mark L. Norris, MD, author of Anna on the Internet, a review of pro-anorexia websites, all the information, thoughts, and images on each of these pro-anorexia websites are available and easily accessible to the public to see. Because they are so accessible, many are saying something more has to be done. Martigan explains, in April 2008, the French National Assembly adopted a bill that prohibits anorexia-promoting publications, including pro-anorexia websites. Anyone who incites extreme thinness on websites, magazines, or an advertisement risks a punishment of up to 3 years imprisonment and 30,000 euros, or about $47,500 US. How effective this is still being researched due to the fact that it is such a new subject. With increased knowledge and information regarding pro-anorexia websites, the future of these sites is something that the United States may begin to take any legal action and will continue to be a subject. Pro-anorexia sites are still a very new subject, having surfaced in the beginning of the 2000s. Because of the popularity and the constant availability of them, young girls and women are turning to them to feel like a member of a group. Little has been done yet because they are such a new subject. My hope is that by knowing the facts, you will be able to prevent someone that you love from using them, or to be able to notice if they are. Thank you.